All right, let's go. Something a little unique, something a little different today. If you missed my review of a mashup I did over at Wendy's earlier today, I did the double stack, but I made it a honey barbecue double stack deluxe by adding lettuce and tomato and then their honey barbecue sauce. And it was such a failure by what they put on, or the lack of what they put on. So instantly I thought, let's go over to the Clown, over to McDonald's, order a McDouble, make the same additions and subtractions that I did over at Wendy's, and see how much this one is, see how well they deliver, and do a little comparison. So if you missed that video, it will be linked at the end of this one. So definitely go check out the Wendy's video to see which one came out on top. And I'm going to tell you, if you haven't seen that one already, it's going to be very hard for McDonald's to not come out on top. So right here, I'm calling this one the BBQ McDouble Deluxe from McDonald's. Redundancy, cue the intro. What is up, everyone? It is the endorsement, and it is time for another review. This is where I try something and tell you if you should like it or not. I can be very persuasive. All right, so here's what we got going on. I got the McDouble. This was cheaper, just their base price, than the double stack over at Wendy's. This was like $2.89, but unlike Wendy's, where they didn't charge me for tomatoes or lettuce, the Clown charged me 40 cents for the tomato and 39 cents for lettuce. What? I don't understand. So it ended up being $4.09 over at Wendy's and $4.03 over here at McDonald's. Over at Wendy's, it's honey barbecue, and over at McDonald's, it's tangy barbecue. Oh, I thought it was an empty bag. They gave me some napkins. Empty bag. Get out of here. All right, so let's go. So here it is, the McDouble, only onions, only pickles, American cheese, which I actually accidentally took off of my Wendy's one, add shredded lettuce, add tomatoes, and then I'm going to physically add the barbecue sauce. So let's take a look at what the McDouble looks like. See if they manhandled this bad boy. All right, this is right out the wrapper. I haven't adjusted it yet for the thumbnail. So that's like a deluxe version of their McDouble. I'm gonna add the barbecue sauce. We'll go from there. This looks okay. I'll make it look better, and we'll do a little comparison. We're already ahead of the game because I already see the lettuce, I see larger pickles, and I see a decent amount of onions, possibly. Let me double check the onions, and we'll get on this. All right, so check it out. This is already looking so much better. Thank you, McDonald's. I haven't tasted it yet, but it looks so much better than the one over at Wendy's. You can see the tomatoes there, the sauce that I put on, 2 slices of cheese. The onions, for some reason, they put on the inside of the patties, like between the 2 patties. I think there's one there, and I think there's another one stuck in the cheese. But the diced onions are there, the pickles are there. Let's see if I can kind of give you a look. And if you compare this to what I got over at Wendy's, so you got 1 tomato there, decent size. You got the pickles. There's another tomato there. Now go watch the other video because non-existent tomatoes. But all right, here comes the taste test. Wish me luck. What I'm calling the BBQ McDouble Deluxe over at McDonald's. A little mashup. Here we go. I tell you. Nice little change up. $4 double burger. 6 cents more than the Wendy's one. But based on what I experienced at Wendy's and what I'm getting over here at the Clown, I will pay the extra 6 cents. I don't love their lettuce over here. I prefer like a leafy lettuce. With the flavor, especially with the double cheese, even though that was my fault over at Wendy's, I saw it on the receipt that I had taken the cheese off. A nice large Coca-Cola. not one of the better ones. Very rare does it come up lacking, little lacking on the sweetness. But this is really good. My own little mashup, my own little private Idaho. Check it out right there. I like it. What was Wendy's thinking? Again, you're making this and you put a little sliver of tomato and one round onion on a whole entire burger. I don't know what they were thinking. That's good enough for the customer. All right, second bite. So yeah, a barbecue. Probably should have added bacon to both of them. But a barbecue McDouble Deluxe. I'm not in the mood for a barbecue burger often, but when I am, I enjoy it. I'm definitely enjoying this one, especially with the cheese and the correct amount of toppings that a customer should get when ordering food. Just saying. So listen, 1 to 100. This one today is getting an 85 for a basic fast food double cheeseburger deluxe version. Like I said, with the tomato and the lettuce, adding that barbecue sauce just kind of picks it up a notch, gives it a whole nother flavor profile. Getting a little technical over here, over at McDonald's, but I like it, and I just needed to get over here because, like I said, I just came from Wendy's with that whole debacle and was definitely disappointed. But anyway, let me know your thoughts. That's the score I'm giving it. Do you do anything like this when you get kind of these smaller burgers, these more like value menu burgers, even though the prices are still rising even on these? Let me know if you add things to it. I'm just shocked, but I guess it's just the time we live in that they're charging 39 and 40 cents for lettuce and 2 slices of tomato. So that's the only way Wendy's wins on this little battle, this little versus video. They didn't charge me for tomatoes or lettuce where McDonald's did, but their burger was cheaper, so they were about the same price. So either way you go, I bet they probably know that. That's why they do it. But there you go, another review in the books. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, please do not forget to check me out on Instagram and Twitter. That is social media, getting the word of my channel out to the masses. In closing,